Oh no, we've run into another crotchety old dean. We were joined by Bea Barbeau Scurla as we watched Accepted for this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Button. There we go.
Right, there we go.
But like wine and stuff, that's worse because it's like
What
preservatives.
gives you the
and
red
stuff.
nose as the old man?
Me.
That's Bea's, isn't it?
That's like a lifetime.
that's chronic alcohol.
That's
because that also like misshapes the nose as well.
Yeah,
till it just
yeah.
looks
Oh
like
yeah,
a punching
local,
bag.
bulbous
like,
and-
Yeah.
You know, in every movie where they go back to Ireland and they like, oh, it's like the old pub and there's the guys who are there every night and you're not allowed around here and all that shit. To be one of those guys in one of those pubs is truly the dream. That is absolutely how I
I
want
mean,
to.
you could easily do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon it. I just got to find the right venue. Just got to find.
It's called the Engadine Tavern.
That'd be a cool
I'll
one.
move down to the
You
Shire.
can duck down to the Bottle O to get your 2 packs at Winnie Blue a day.
Man, I used to love Brookvale Hotel. That was my like shitty local.
Your stomping ground.
Yeah, I used to hang out there a bit.
Yeah, I've got one. I got Charlie Chan's now.
Oh man, I do love Charlie fucking Chance.
Yeah.
We should do the live pod at Charlie Chance.
That'd be so good in the smoking area. So it's 6 people.
Yeah, that'd be
And just do
perfect.
that.
To be
That's
fair,
the numbers
we'd be lucky
we
to get
need.
6 people.
Yeah, no, including us. Then
Yeah.
so we'd have 3
Well,
open mic male comedians. that
Jackson
watch the
Stewart
podcast.
and
Yeah.
Elliot Rivetti were asking me
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we're doing a live pod the other day, so we got one more seat to fill.
Yeah.
We get a guest on, we're done.
Well, we get a
Hannah
plus
Story
one.
will come.
Yeah,
She'll
great.
come.
Done. That's it. That's the Charlie Chance. We just sold out Charlie
Yeah.
Chance.
Get my wife in there for some diversity.
Yes,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Man, I'd love to get your wife in there.
Oh.
Yeah. Nah, it's good shit.
My wife hated this movie, by the way.
I hated this movie.
Yeah.
I hated this movie as well.
I
I love it.
I didn't hate the movie
It's so
at all.
dumb.
I have some fundamental problems with it, but my wife has the biggest problem in the world, which is like at the end, his whole speech is about like,
Oh,
you surely didn't want to be a teacher, right? And they're like looking, and she's
Yeah.
like, so I was like the whole, for maybe 2 hours after that, she was like, I wanted to be a teacher since I was 6. And I was like, yeah, but like, what was your dream? Like, and she would just like hit me, and I'd be like, because like his examples are the lamest things in the world.
yeah.
He's like,
Magician.
yeah, you surely didn't want to be like a lawyer, did you? You wanted to be a poet, and you're just no
Yeah.
one wants
We
that.
just completely skipped the preamble. Do we have to
Yeah.
introduce the podcast now?
Nah. Fuck that. We'll get back to our problem.
We'll circle back into other stuff. I just
Right,
wanted to
right.
get that immediately out of the way, just because that's what the entire crux is. And then the guys, the teacher administrator guy is like, yeah, we're not as lame as we look. And then,
Yeah.
but like you
Yeah.
can see him looking around, being like, I wanted to do jazz
It's
tap.
also like after his long speech, I'm like, it's still not a school.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. That's why it's the
They
best.
laid out some pretty
was like-
clear criteria.
It was like TAFE on crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I love when they bring in the curriculum and like every subject, you're just like, you're digging yourself a hole here, Justin Long. Whereas he's just like nodding into the camera.
Yeah.
Man.
And just the amount of montages in this film.
Yeah.
I just
Oh, it was
love
just
it.
non-stop.
Yeah, it was great.
Not bad. Not bad.
I
at
love fast-paced plot development.
all. Jamie, you go to TAFE, and I'm going to be starting to go to TAFE later this year.
You are?
Yeah, dude. I'm going to study. I'm going to better myself through
What are you
learning.
doing, like sheet metal work?
So, okay, this is the problem. I try and better myself, right? I try and make improvements to my life, and I'm just mocked for it. And
Yeah,
I'm also,
Yes.
that is why.
Because
I think you
Jamie doesn't
continue to
seem
do
like
your
he would
thing.
go to TAFE. You do.
yeah.
I don't think that's it. I just think Andrew is so natural.
And Jamie's also completed a university degree, which you haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly didn't.
But you're in such a lose-lose category because, like,
Yes.
if you sink further into being Hastings, you just get mocked for that.
Yeah.
And when you try and better yourself, people are like, all right.
That's what it is, because people are waiting for you to drop out of TAFE.
yeah, well,
That would
that'll
be the
be
worst thing for you.
That'll be a dark day.
Yeah. People, like, want you to be a loser.
yeah,
I
I
think
think
that
that's the
is.
problem. People want me to fail.
Do you want to be a loser?
No, I want to better myself through higher education.
What is your, like, progression, would you say? Like, what do you want to be in 5 years? Like, personally, not with a job.
Oh,
School
like
administrator.
like open mic comedian.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
Really
then just
shooting
keep-
for the middle.
Just keep doing what you're doing and you can achieve that
But you
dream.
maybe in 5 years want to be at a stage where you don't need weed to take a nap.
That would help.
Or fall asleep.
Yeah.
Ideally, yes. I don't need it to take a nap. It just
You basically said
it
that
just
to
makes
us off podcast.
it makes the trip to dreamland a little smoother.
Yeah, but that's like all alcoholics being like, I don't need
And
to
it
wake
makes the
up
trip
and
to
have a
Dream
drink.
World a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just makes life worth living.
Sure. Sure. Sometimes I do worry that I'm incapable of feeling joy sober, but that's not like here or there. It doesn't make me an addict. It just makes me sad.
Yeah. No, not really, I don't think, because you've got definite things that you rely on, like a
Yeah.
series of crutches. So we need
Series.
so we need to get you walking in 5 years.
I would love to
basically.
be walking, but you guys keep knocking my crutches out from under me.
knocking your crutches out and calling you a pansy as well.
Kicking out the
You're just like,
peg leg.
what a fucking loser, he fell down again.
Oh man, I had to go to the doctor and get my mental health plan updated the other day, and it was a new doctor for that, and he's like, "Yeah, it's fine, I'll sign the thing, but just like I have to ask you like, what's going on? What are your symptoms? What and like talking about whatever." And I mentioned like one of the things,
And
was,
then you
like,
started weeping. He's like, Karen, we need to make this a double appointment.
Everyone's mean to me.
But yeah, I was like going through it, and because I was also picking up my Viagra prescription in the same appointment.
Oh my God.
Maybe it's things like,
I would love it if he just like just inferred that. He's like, are you sad because your dick doesn't work?
yeah, I think that was it. He was like, yeah, I have to ask because I see you getting a bunch of boner pills.
No, what's it? So the lie I tell to get the boner pills is I say it's because I'm depressed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, like, it's not true. 'Cause, like, if anything, I get more boners when I'm depressed.
Please explain why.
Confusing.
Yeah, I need to know.
I mean, I'm just, a bit sadder, so I'm a bit needier, and I'm, out looking for something
more
to make me feel better.
Warmed up.
I just the way I pictured that, the way you said that was that you were just
crying with a boner.
and then hello.
Yeah, that's exactly what I pick. Like, I'm sad, and then like, oh, one of God's gifts.
Hey, I can help you be not sad for a minute.
There is happiness in day-to-day moments. Just
Why don't
looking
you
at his
give me
hard
a real
penis.
big cuddle?
Yeah. Yes. So I'm
If you touch me, I cry joy.
I'm cold. Warm me up.
oh no. Don't personify my penis. Like, don't. But yeah. No, fucking I was there.
That's what's wrestling.
And I was like just going through like the symptoms of like anxiety and depression essentially. And he was like, "Yeah, cool." He goes, "Do you do drugs?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like smoke like too much weed. That's one of the things I talk to my therapist about."
I reckon the way that you'd be like, "Yeah, dog,
dude, you know
yeah.
I'm fucking scat right now, bro."
I plays it daily. Yeah. Anyway, I had to be like, "Yeah, I smoke too much weed," and he did the thing where he like looks at you like, and he goes, "Do you think that's helping or hurting the depression?" I was like, "Just fuck off.
So essentially, we're as good as your doctor.
Yeah. I mean, he still signed the fucking letter, so.
Does your therapist ever bully you?
No, my therapist is very nice to me.
Like, maybe too nice?
Like, she's doing it like she can.
Like,
She
maybe
can,
a little too soft on you?
Like maybe listens
like
when you tell
yeah,
her that she's
like-
not allowed to tell you something.
Like maybe tells you that everything's going to be fine if you work on yourself, even though it probably won't be.
Yeah, this is
Even
cool.
though you're still fundamentally a bad thing. Not a person, just a thing as well.
bad- yeah.
You're a vile thing.
There is something fundamentally flawed with, like, not just my personality, but like my soul, I guess. Like, there is something fundamentally broken inside.
Yeah,
of
it's
me.
got a tar-like smell.
Jesus, sulfur. Yeah, but no, it was a really no. What in answer to your question, my therapist, I think she can tell that I need like positive affirmation and I need validation, and that I'm not getting it elsewhere. So I think she like goes
Are you
out of
talking
her-
to
you
us
just
right
wanna-
now?
Yeah. I feel like this is an intervention
She-
for Hastings.
she goes.
You've never listened.
Yeah, that's like, and I'm wondering like when is like the normal time that's I guess like regrets
I
going
would
on
say
this
it's usually
when-
about 2 minutes
It's
in.
when
Okay.
Hastings takes his shirt
because it
off for
happened
the
about
first
5
time.
minutes ago.
Well, that was 3 minutes. So it lasted longer than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I.
Would you say that you just need to be accepted?
No, Oh, right. I see what you did. I see.
Perfect metaphor for the podcast. Rosie trying to transition it, and you're like, no.
This is like the one school I think maybe you could thrive in.
Oh, man. I would crush it.
Big fish,
Rocking
pond
out.
101.
Yeah, exactly.
Just hanging out in the half pipe every day, smoking a couple fat buds.
Dude,
Yeah.
dressing like a skater, never going near a board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to go to a school where they would just like get off your fucking back about assignments, you know.
Yeah.
School where you could just, be yourself.
And
I think
your
I
teacher
like-
is Tell It Like It Is comedian Lewis Black.
Yeah, I love Lewis Black in this fucking movie.
He was actually sick in this movie.
Lewis
Yeah.
Black is such a weird choice.
He was definitely cast like because of who he
Yeah,
is.
I think
Oh,
that
He's
was,
just playing
100%.
Lewis Black.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think like this film has like a really fucking good cast, but it's just such a
There are a lot of very good people.
yeah.
in it.
But there's just so many things where it's just like things didn't go quite as right as it could have to like break through to be one of those like
yeah.
great
For
kind of teen
starters,
sex
the
comedies.
M rating.
Yeah.
yeah,
Ooh.
bad idea.
All right, I think I'm calling it now. You're listening to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All, a podcast about teen sex comedies. I'm one of your hosts, Andrew Big Dog Hastings.
That's why we probably don't let you introduce it. But
Yeah, that was very
yeah,
lackluster.
I'm Jamie. I'm Jamie Kirk.
I'm Rose Piper.
And we have a
we're
guest.
joined by a lovely guest today, Bea Barbeau Scurla. Hi, Bea.
Hello. Also, you could totally just introduce it whenever you want and then put that up top.
That's true. We won't, but we
No,
could.
That sounds like work.
We
It's
do
fine.
we do an intro thing at the.
Yeah,
I
it's
have an
whatever.
addiction to helping people.
I have a savior complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I have an addiction to drugs.
I think
That's
I
why we're
like,
friends.
I like to be nice to you, I think. But, sometimes...
But you also really like to.
Well, I love to dunk on you because, it's just so fun and just so easy. It's like doing t-ball versus baseball.
Yeah.
It's hard to always dunk on people, but Hastings, the ball's just right there on that beautiful
He
pedestal.
teased
But
you
also,
up.
the T-ball
Yeah.
isn't a baseball; it's like a fucking basketball.
Yeah, well, Hastings changes it to a beach ball so I can really fly.
I was talking to my therapist about you guys the other day. And she, the metaphor I used to explain what it was is I like being the center of attention. I like being in on the joke. I love when I'm being made fun of and stuff. But what it is, in this metaphor, it's when you dunk someone's head underwater or in the pool?
Yeah.
It's I like that game. I'm enjoying that game.
Why are you
but
hitting yourself?
sometimes it
Why are you
seems-
hitting yourself? Why are
But
you hitting
sometimes it
yourself?
seems like you guys forget to let me up for air.
You're killing him.
Oh, that was really
Stop, he's
depressing.
already dead.
The problem I have with being nice to you
Yeah.
is that...
For context,
That
this
is
is
so hard.
this is my best friend speaking right now.
But I would go so far as to say this is probably a lot of people's problem with being nice to you is that it's very
Great.
easy. It's very easy to be nice to you one-on-one and
Yeah.
talk frankly and be like you're a great guy. If you're doing it in front of people, it seems almost like you're playing to the crowd, being
Yes.
like, "Don't bully Hastings," like I'm being kind of like your overprotective mother, being like,
Yeah.
"All right, guys, we need to stop. Hastings, you're looking nice
Yeah,
today,"
I can-
and then it just seems like, oh, he's doing that on purpose.
Why
Whereas,
should
like I'm
bring this
perfectly
up?
capable of being nice to you.
I wasn't sure if I should bring this up because it would feel like maybe it could create some sort of final destination kind of thing. But I had a dream
Okay.
the other night where you died. And
Someone else had a dream where I died the other day.
oh, it is gonna happen.
I can't remember who it was. Someone told me this a couple days ago. It was someone at work. It was a work friend
my
who told me
God.
they had a dream I died.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna die.
but
did he die of?
I was very sad.
Good.
in the
I'm
dream.
good.
In the dream? What about when you woke up?
Oh, when I woke up, I was sad that it wasn't real.
But I already grieved him.
I don't want to do it again.
I wasted all my good speech moments.
I did do a speech in the funeral.
Oh, great.
Was it what percentage was the actual death and what percentage was the speech afterwards?
Yeah.
Most of it was the funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like talking to people.
Interesting that you
So
describe it as a
unfortunately, you
dream.
didn't really
Get
Did
it.
feature
greatly
in the
into
dream where you
dream.
died.
I'm like the city of New York in Sex and the City. I'm
Yeah,
like
you're the
I'm
fifth
I'm
character.
the fifth character.
Interesting that you
You're also
describe it as a
interesting-
dream and not a nightmare.
You're also the fifth
that your
character
good
on this
friend
podcast.
died.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're just like, I just had the nicest dream. Andrew died.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nightmare to me just
Well, if
feels like it
Hastings
has to
died
be
in
scary.
if Hastings died in my sleep to
Oh,
me, I'd be
right.
like, oh, that's a bit. That was a nightmare. Like my good friend died. I was very upset.
Yeah,
Or
it's
like a
sad.
sad dream or
Yeah.
a
I
bad
See,
dream.
I'm nice to you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It was a
dog.
sad,
See, look,
yeah.
look.
It was a sad dream.
fucking abusive
Like whenever
mother.
I have a sex dream.
See, I'm
No,
calling.
I agree that like a nightmare is more like something that spooked
It
you.
feels
Like
scary.
if you're
Ghosts and
spooked by it.
monsters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
And
think like an
Hastings.
extremely upsetting dream I'd call a
Alive.
nightmare.
Yeah, I get like anxiety dreams where it's really mundane things going wrong. Do you guys get those? It's like a common anxiety.
No, but I see that for you.
Yeah, like I get like a lot of dreams about like I'm missing a plane. Like a
I
lot
always
of-
get.
Your phone's not working.
I
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
I still get to this
I've
day
had
that
a
I
few of
forgot
those.
to show up for every class of my semester.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
yeah.
haven't been to
Very
school for a
classic
long
anxiety
time.
dream.
And your
Yeah,
pens
yeah,
run
yeah.
out of ink.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
But no, I always have a pen in my dreams. It's
That's
in
good.
my pocket protector.
That's
Hanging
pretty
out.
sick. I made a prank phone call last night.
Yeah.
That's funny. Tell me more about it.
It was my friend. I bumped into my friend Amy at the pub. You guys know her. I bumped into my friend Amy at the pub, and she was talking about how last night a guy was hitting on her by pulling out the like receipt from the ATM, where apparently his like balance was like $2 million, and was like, "That's my bank balance. Here's my card. Call me." And she was like, "That's the douchiest shit I've ever fucking seen
That's
in the
sick,
world."
though.
So I called the dude, and
But
I was
also,
like,
fucking get that dog on board for some sugar
Oh,
daddy
dude,
shit.
I was like, I mean, maybe you should. You're not getting any younger. But yeah, I called him, and I barely remember what I said. I think I was like asking if he could like point me in the way of a receipt. I think it was something like that.
You should have tried to.
It was
scam
crushing
his-
in the room.
You should have tried to scam his card.
That's a good idea.
That would have been sick.
You should have
Yeah.
pretended to like be your friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi.
Be
hi,
like,
Amy.
I thought you were so hot.
Southern for some reason.
Yeah. Like
I
American.
think you were sexy, and I don't think you were obnoxious at all.
Care to meet up for a mint julep, you handsome fella?
I got some dandelion wine right here.
Lordy, it sure
Dandelion. We devolved into Michael Jackson. Is this what we do?
Yes.
Dandelion wine's the one reference I know about the South. It's from a Tennessee Williams play I did at university, and it's the one thing I remember from university.
See, I kept with
That and Western Australia wasn't going to be part of Australia.
So you did go to university, but you dropped out.
Yeah,
Okay.
good,
Everyone's.
Yeah, we all.
good deduction skills there.
I'm just trying to piece it all together, you know.
Uni school dropout.
I did half an arts degree, and I failed a bunch of subjects. I was like, well, I'm not doing this.
Right.
Oh yeah, I
I
failed.
mean, I don't know what's worse because I technically go to film school,
Yeah. Yeah.
which sounds not real.
Yeah,
That's real.
I was failing art subjects at Notre Dame. Like that's real
Yeah,
bottom
that's
of the
pretty
barrel
bad.
shit.
You could have just like got pushed up the top of the mark if like at the end you just wrote Jesus is my bro or something.
I refuse to like use references. I refuse. I was like, I'm not doing it. I wrote most of my essays drunk. It was pretty good. I was a bad student.
It's amazing you passed any subject.
Yeah,
Well, most of them were like acting and shit. So
Right.
it was like, you know.
acting.
Yeah, I did acting at uni.
All right, no, but like passing acting. What's that?
Like you act. You gotta,
and then that's it.
oh, there was like a few written things, but I was able to pass the subjects because I did all right on like the
Right.
practical stuff that I didn't have to write anything down for or reference anything. The referencing really cost me a lot of marks. I don't know why I refused.
They love that shit in university.
They-
The
it's-
Harvard
it's crack.
system.
Yeah,
It's crack
we
to
had the
them.
Harvard
It's like,
one.
yeah, you
We had
better.
an APA. What's that?
I don't.
It's-
know.
It's a slightly different
America
style,
peace.
Penis.
Ass.
Ass. Man.
The old American penis,
Penis
ass.
ass.
So now we're riffing.
We're doing acronyms.
I think acronyms are the highest form of comedy.
They probably are. They're
yeah.
up there.
Yeah, and yet when I
Certainly
did
better than
acrostic
acrostic poetry.
when I did acrostic poetry on stage, I was mocked for it.
Yeah, well, in your,
It was a good bit.
Well, when you die, you'll be described as ahead of your time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, in 2021.
Yeah. Soon every mid-tier comic in New York will be doing acrostic poems.
I was thinking about how if I die when I'm 37, I can claim to be part of the 27 club because 30 is the new 20.
A tweet bomb.
I already tweeted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say we don't need to tweet that after
Also-
this.
I think what's
I think that
crazy
was
is
a
that you remember off the top of your head that tweet bombed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I riffed it talking
Yeah,
to you. Yeah.
we were talking, and then you're like, "I'm gonna tweet it," and I'm like, "That's not a good idea. Do I have to like it?"
Yeah.
And then you
Now
said
you know
it
what
would
we
be
have to put up
nice,
with.
and I didn't like it.
I want to clarify
and
as
it's not
well.
good now.
Just then when I said it, I started with "I've been thinking," so it doesn't count as recycling a tweet in conversation.
no, it 100%
absolutely.
I didn't pretend it was an original thought, so it's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a bad thought still.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still a valid criticism. Yeah, that's
How
fine.
much of your Twitter is made up of stuff that bombs in the room, and then you say, "All right, I'll take
Or
it
in
to
a
the
group
public."
Oh, 50%, I
A
reckon.
lot.
Yeah.
The public
no.
will have a different opinion than other comments.
I'm in the group chat and on Twitter, and I would say the percentage is far higher than 50%.
I reckon there might be some confirmation bias going on there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but also, yeah, it's a fair chunk of it. Like- yeah, it's I don't know, whatever. My Twitter's good.
You should draft tweets to filter yourself a bit more,
Yes.
and then only post it after you've had some time.
Don't
Thought
I have
about
more
it.
Twitter followers than both of you? I'm pretty sure I have more Twitter followers.
Yeah,
than
but
both
what's
of you.
your interactions looking like? You know,
Yeah.
because that's the main thing.
I got some good engagement on
Yeah,
that
no,
shit.
there's not a lot of. Occasionally, I'll get one that does.
Because I got
alright,
low followers, but I got high engagement.
I got really low engagement. People don't want to be associated with me publicly. So.
Oh man. There's-
All your replies
Yeah.
are from people disapproving.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Everyone's
that.
saying yuck.
Guys, follow @Andrew Hastings on Twitter. It's good shit.
Is it really good shit?
It's good. I'm good at Twitter.
Yeah. So what do we think about the movie?
I thought it was the most by the numbers teen sex comedy I've ever seen.
That's why it's amazing.
I've seen every.
It looked like someone was like, I want to write a teen sex comedy.
And
Yeah.
they did
Let
it in
me
a day.
do it. And
Yeah,
then they did it.
I think it's a plot literally chucked from a generator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I,
It's
I-
great.
I reckon I've seen every scene of this movie in another movie.
Done
before
better.
this.
But
But
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
This is not really a teen sex comedy, I would say. It's
'Cause
just
there's
a
no
teen
sex.
comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a girl
Just
who
how I
makes
like
sort of
it.
like kind of like bawdy innuendo
Yeah,
who's wearing a
there-
bikini. and
There's
has big
definitely
tits.
one where it's like in the MA version, this would have been the girl who gets naked in some
Yeah,
scene.
she was
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
But what I find really weird about this movie is that it came out in like 2006.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Which is
so.
like 1 year before Superbad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this weird thing that it feels like it was made after all of those big
Yeah.
comedies, but it
Yeah.
was kind of before them.
Yeah, this would be
Yeah.
closer to like. This would be like almost like an old school sort of thing. They like I reckon
Yeah,
old
closer
school's
to
probably
the, like 90s.
yeah, even
style
like
stuff.
Road Trip or Euro Trip
Yeah.
or whatever.
Eurotrip was like 2000.
It's yeah,
Four, I
but
think.
because this, like that's
Really?
that's an argument
was
I've made on the
2001.
pod a lot about how Superbad like completely changed the game for the genre, and it's like yeah, this is like maybe like the last thing. Like it makes sense. This is like the last thing before Superbad.
Yeah,
I
and
view
you can
it-
see how Jonah Hill is like such a
Oh.
fucking talent.
Yeah,
and you're
Jonah
like,
Hill's a
oh,
fucking star.
Like he's so like I feel like suffocated by the script. There's like some really funny moments that you can tell that he just added in, and then like he gets to go and
Yeah.
do that fucking amazing stuff in Superbad, which is
yeah,
really cool.
and like the rest of his career, which
Yeah.
has gone pretty well for him.
In terms of timeline, I'd put it at like the exact like tailing off, snapping off point of the teen sex comedies that came before.
Yeah.
That's what- yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then
just before
and then
Superbad.
bang, Superbad hits
Yeah.
new era, and
Yeah.
then they
Like someone
fucked
was
that
like,
up
guys,
with
we've got to
Project
tone
X.
it down. And then a year later, they're like, no, let's tone it fucking
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Let's turn
Dial
it
it
the
the
shit
fuck
up.
up,
Yeah.
close up.
And then
Dicks.
after
Yeah.
Superbad, people were like, let's tone it even further up, and everyone's
And
like,
it's
no,
like
we don't
this
want
is
that.
a movie
No.
about raping a robot.
yeah.
Yeah.
The-
Hotbot, bad movie.
My biggest problem with this movie is Justin Long. Like,
Is Justin Long a good actor?
I think he's a good actor.
I think he's fine. I think he's miscast
Yeah.
as an everyman who's also kind of cool.
Yeah, he's-
like
he's-
he needs to be. I think he
Yeah.
needs to be like the sweet doofy guy who is the second in command, or like a much more put upon like hangdog, kind of like he is in Waiting.
Yeah.
In this, you're supposed
Like-
to buy
or the-
that like
the-
people
Yeah.
like him.
He's
The
well
protege-
cast in
Yeah.
Waiting. He's
the
good in Waiting.
protege that he was in the TV series Ed.
I love.
I was
him.
thinking
fucking ruled.
kind of
Yeah.
like not a toned down version of like DJ Qual. Was that his name?
DJ Qualls. Yeah.
DJ Qualls from Road Trip, I reckon. Like
Yeah.
he's like the loser of the group almost. Like,
I think what
Yeah,
was
but there's
interest-
something sweet about Justin Long.
Yeah.
Like there is a sweetness to
he's
him that's
attractive
not-
too. He's like a good looking guy.
Yeah.
What really stood out to me this time watching it, because I haven't seen it in like years, I don't even know.
Nor had I.
But the physical, like the weird physical comedy bits where he has, like he'll
Yeah.
like hit his head on like the car door, or he'll like fall over, and I'm like, is this supposed to like?
Yeah.
It's just like really weird if they like tried to make him like goofy, but then also he's like an Ocean's 11 type dude
Yeah.
of like stringing all these people.
Yeah,
together to
he's
make
he's
this
very
thing.
charismatic. He's always talking,
Yeah,
and he's like.
but then he's
hucks-
like, oh, I'm just goofy.
We're introduced to him as doing like fake ID, so like we know he's like a hustler, like he's a grifter. He's
Yeah,
got-
that's the thing. The movie
Yeah.
always makes him cooler than he acts or seems.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's Justin Long. Yeah. What? Okay, so Justin's Long career. What was the peak of it?
Justin's long career. Is what he said.
Like
And it has
Jeepers
been a long
Creepers,
Oh,
which would have been
peak
around
of
the
it.
same time, I reckon.
I reckon maybe this.
Do you know what it
Jeepers
probably?
Yeah.
Creepers was a bigger film.
Do you know what
No,
it probably
but
was
if
in
you-
terms of money? The fucking like Mac commercials with
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
totally,
yeah.
yeah.
Mac.
Yeah.
They're done by David Mitchell and the other guy in
Webb.
the
Robert
UK.
Webb.
Yeah, in the UK, those versions of the ads are done by Mitchell and Webb.
Right.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and a lot of people called them sellouts and shit for it, and they were like, "We never said we wouldn't. Why would?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
like,
I
I don't.
yeah, we took the money. Like,
You
fuck
would
you.
get a
Of course.
fuckload of money for that. I would take
Yeah.
that in a second.
And they ran for so long as well. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, but like when you look on Justin Long's IMDb, this is one of the movies that comes up.
Yeah.
Like on the top 4, like known for that. Tusk as well, if anyone's
Yeah,
seen that.
What is Tusk?
Fucking
It's a
love
Kevin
that
Smith
movie.
Okay.
All right.
It's fucked.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
where
Okay,
It gets
cool.
turned into a walrus.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
All
Like
right.
this guy like takes the skin.
It's like
and,
it's
it's
pretty
really
gruesome.
fucking gross.
Sick.
Well, I reckon this would
It's big
be
in
up
Dodgeball.
there on
Mm.
the IMDb is because it's one of the only ones where he's like the lead.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
that's
waiting.
Because he
Jeepers
usually
Creepers
has a
is the
role
lead
like
as
he does
well.
in like Dodgeball or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like fine in that.
He was really well cast in Dodgeball.
But do you reckon he's a
Dodgeball's
lead?
such a good movie.
in this.
No, as in like, do you reckon
think-
he's a leading man?
I think you're right.
I don't
yeah.
think he
No,
is.
probably
That's the
not,
problem.
Which is what I think is going to happen. His next stage of his career will pretty nicely segue into like character actor or
Yeah.
like romantic comedy
Yeah.
second fiddle.
And you get the
Yeah,
like,
true.
oh, it's Justin Long. You get that nice
Yeah.
little cameo bump.
I
from
think
it.
he
it's the Mac guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck,
He-
there is
he's-
one.
he's
He
the-
actually did a really like decent, like pure straight romantic comedy with Drew Barrymore when they were dating. I think it's called
Really?
Going the Distance. Like it's
Oh,
not bad.
yeah,
He's a very
yeah.
sweet guy in that, and like they're both quite like as like a stock
Yeah.
standard rom com goes. It's quite charming and like actually has funny moments.
I also now that I'm
he's
thinking
the
about
voice
it as well,
on a TV show, right?
Probably.
Like a cartoon.
Yeah, he would be.
Maybe.
Now that I think about it as
I don't know
well,
what it is.
those like Apple ads would have he'd be living in a house based on that money alone right now.
He'll
for
be
sure.
living in a house.
He'll be
But like
living
a
in
big fucking
Yes,
house.
he'll be living in a house.
Look, some
Living in
of us,
a bloody
Houses are
mansion in
cheaper
Laurel
to-
Canyon.
yeah, he'll be living on. He's living off Apple money these days. I reckon.
Mm.
I reckon he would have made
I
more
think
money
he's
off
still
that than
doing
anything.
stuff.
No, for
Like-
sure. But I reckon he would have made
Oh, I
more money off
definitely-
Apple than in anything else in his career.
Mm.
For sure.
Well, I mean, Tusk was only like what 2015.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, with him being such a weird character in this, like, I know that the muscly douchebags from the other university are obviously douchebags, but quite early in the movie, they're not really set up as that. They're
Yeah.
just set up as, like, Justin Long hates them because Blake Lively is hanging out with them.
Yeah. Mm.
And they communicate that these guys are bad in very pedestrian ways where, like,
He's
them-
friends with the bitter old dean.
Yeah, and, like...
I do love the crotchety Dean.
And he gets,
Yeah.
but he gets caught cheating midway through the movie, but nothing up to then has indicated that he's like a horny guy or like
Yeah,
a terrible
or
guy.
a bad guy.
All you get is like snide comments from Justin Long himself, being like, "Oh, you're going to say something anti-Semitic or misogynist," and you're like,
Yeah.
how would we know? Like, we haven't
Yeah.
heard him speak a word. We've just heard him be attractive and
Yeah.
like there.
Well, he's immediately an enemy because Justin Long
Yeah.
wants Blake Lively, and that's just like, oh well, I guess he's just a bad guy.
that guy must be a bad dude.
yeah,
Because he's fucking
someone I want to fuck.
Also,
Yeah.
tying things together, just the guy is cheating with the girl from Waiting, who is his love interest. Like
Yeah,
Justin
yeah,
Long's
yeah,
love
yeah.
interest in that.
I mean, like, that's why I
Full
think
circle.
it's like it's so shambolic, is because
the waiting shared cinematic
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
because half
Where was Ryan Reynolds in this film?
Because half the reason that you end up not liking these guys is because of smug things that Justin Long has said.
Yeah.
But
Which
it's
makes
also
him
because
seem
you
more
just-
like a prick. Of
You're
him
also just conditioned to hate the like uppity,
Yeah.
like people. At
Well,
the
yeah, because
university.
it's almost like intensely relying that you've seen movies like this before,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just like,
And you
hey,
know that
this
they're
is
all
kind of
Freemasons.
similar. Yeah.
For a movie, though, where I guess the kind of theme is, hey, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, he spends the first half of the movie doing exactly that
Yeah.
to the bad guys.
To everyone.
And, like,
Yeah.
it's just by clunky writing that they end up also being bad. Like, there's no reason... If Justin Long wasn't such a prick to them, maybe they wouldn't have a vendetta against this other university.
So are you saying everyone should just be friends and get along?
Yeah, there should be no conflict in any movies. It should just be people
I've
hanging
said
out.
this on this podcast
should be
before.
nothing-
It should all just be like everybody wants some.
Everything should just be party scenes with titties and Blink
Yeah.
182.
Well,
Yeah.
I think there should be conflict. I just think it should be earned because that, like, early in the movie when the jock guy kind of gets it upon himself to be like, I'm going to take this fucking school down, is only because he comes in to like try and buy the university, and Justin Long is a complete dickhead to him.
Yeah.
Like, won't let him in, is eating that disgusting thing. So
and
it
he's
looks
eating
like
it like an apple as well. He's eating it really weirdly.
And he's being really rude
A
to him.
wad.
And then the guy's like, oh, I'm going to take down the university. And you're like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Justin Long's really
You're a
rude to you.
dick.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I reckon if me and Justin Long went to the same college, though, we'd start a pretty sick pop punk band, I reckon. Also, by the way, speaking of pop punk, when he does Blitzkrieg Bop, he's singing it in a British accent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
it's very
funny.
Joey Ramone's from New York. Like,
It's also really crazy how many like just random, because you guys talk about soundtracks a lot and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just random how I think that's the first song where it's like, oh, that's recognizable, and then straight after they have like Weezer's like Holiday,
Yeah.
and then they have
The soundtrack
Holiday
wasn't bad.
By
so
Green
by
Day.
Green
Yeah,
Day.
man, Holiday by Green Day. That song, God.
Yeah.
I was listening to that montage being like, man, I forgot that this song's actually
It's a
good.
sick
Yeah, it's
song, yeah.
amazing.
Because
Yeah.
around that time it was so overplayed. I was like, oh, this song's
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah,
garbage.
that riff
Yeah,
is
definitely.
dope. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, my band when I was a teenager, we did that
And the
song.
Weezer song.
We also did Blitzkrieg
Yeah.
Bop.
Yeah, underrated deep cut from the old Blue album.
Yeah, it's sick. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. When he does the whole Blitzkrieg Bop thing, and then the jock guy turns on the water fan, the fire alarm, and they're all just like, wet t-shirt, and they
And you
all
don't
get
see
into it.
anything?
And you're just like,
Yeah.
oh,
In that scenario,
lame.
the band would all get electrocuted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I was
saw-
thinking
yeah.
about that as well.
Yeah.
I was
It's,
like,
like, pretty
surely
risky.
the equipment would not.
No, I
be
thought that
so
might
bad.
be like what led them to declare outright war. That idiot rocker
Yeah,
guy would
fucked up
grab
the-
the thing, get electrocuted, and then be like, "Oh, right. Well, now we've got to do
Yeah.
it for him." Kind of
Yeah.
like a "You're
You
my
killed
boy"
the
blues
lead singer
thing.
of
And
the
the thing
Ringers.
is, yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing is, like, he's Justin Long character is like such a dick the whole way, and he's like a cocky little shit, and definitely like seeing like, you know, on the stage and stuff, he like is acting all cool, but he doesn't get any kind of comeuppance. It's
No.
just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they're like, oh, it's Parents' Day, blah blah blah, and Blake Lively's like, what? This was all fake, and he's like, no way.
So it's like, yeah, you
Hey,
didn't lie to
boy.
everyone.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
defrauded millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's just like he does that one shitty speech at the end, and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'd be pretty furious if I
His
were one of
bank
those kids.
account,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
bank account would literally have millions of dollars
Yeah,
in it, and
exactly.
he's really made no effort to do. Like he has defrauded
Well, he
people.
renovated the school.
Yeah, I
think they're
guess,
just
but that
very
was like
l-
with
I
the
think that-
original 10,000 his dad.
The,
so he
and the
made,
I think they just very
accreditation's pretty
lazily
important.
said
Yeah.
that like it like Jonah Hill would have somehow sorted it out, so it was all
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure, but it just goes into the like Justin Long is kind of a prick column
Yeah.
again.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that he has no remorse for anything he's done. Like even
why
you're
would
right. He's right. Like when he's busted, he's just kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he's like, no, the girl I want to fuck is leaving
Yeah,
me.
you have
and that's
one
it. He doesn't give a
montage,
shit.
one montage
Yeah.
shot of him silently eating with his
Yeah.
parents, and you're just like, yeah, I feel his pain.
Yeah. It's hard.
I hate eating without any stimulus around me, you know. Ooh.
The
Yeah.
dad in
Also,
that movie
I
is
like
also
the-
a wacky problem.
Oh
I
my
think.
God.
Like he's such a caricature that's not
Yeah.
funny. Where like
Yeah.
everything when he's doing college, he's like my college boy. And, like,
Yeah, yeah.
I know that you can get those sort of intense parents, but
Yeah.
he's like either that or furious, and
Yeah.
there's no.
Yeah.
And also there was that one scene where Justin Long's like mowing the lawn, and the dad comes out and he's like, Bartleby, I'm so proud of you, or something like that. It's
Yeah,
like
they
the
do that.
weirdest thing, and I was like,
Also,
what the fuck?
is the name
Bartleby?
Where did that come from?
It's from Bartleby, the Scrivener by what's that guy's name? Herman Melville.
Yeah.
Right.
I know that because that's you was pointing out how you knew facts earlier.
I know facts.
And yeah, when Amy was like Bartleby, I just kept going the Scrivener, and she was like, "What's the book about?" And I was like, "Have no idea," but I just know it's a fact.
yeah, man. I
He
know.
also wrote the book about the whale.
Yeah, yeah,
I know-
Whale Man.
I know
Yeah,
books.
whale. I love whale. Man.
You got One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by
Yeah.
Ken Kesey. That's a
Kesey.
book.
Also a
Yeah.
movie.
It's also,
Yeah.
yeah, film.
You got Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut.
Mhm.
Also bad recreations of that.
You got
Yeah.
Two
You
books.
could look at the bookshelf.
Catcher in the
over
Rye by
The Great American Novel.
no, what's his fucking name?
You don't know? You
No, I do know it. I just
Okay,
can't remember
that's
right
right.
now.
there. It's JD from Scrubs.
It's JD Salinger. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
You've also got
He also wrote
Funny
Nine-
Burgers.
Mm.
I've got what?
Funny Burgers, that's a book.
Funny buggers.
Is that funny buggers? I read that as burgers. I can't see.
Did he also write 9 stories, J.D. Salinger? Yeah, I'm naming facts now.
Yeah, I think so. But
J-
maybe-
What I thought was funny was that he
What I
like
think's
in an
funny is
effort
that
to
J.D.
try.
Salinger
that-
wrote.
We were definitely abandoning
Why are we
that
talking about
bit.
books?
We're definitely
This is a
abandoning that
movie
bit.
podcast.
Was like his attempt to look cool for the like punk rock show was to like gel his hair up like a fucking kid in year 5.
Oh,
It
but
looked
you know
so
what was
bad.
great was Jonah Hill's outfit for the 90s.
Oh, that ruled.
party.
That ruled actually.
Like the purple fucking
Yeah,
weird
that-
pimp
Pimp
suit.
that was the proper like stereotypical pimp.
It was
so
great.
good.
We should get pimp suits. The 4
Yeah,
of
that'd
us.
be-
I am surprised.
Roll
you
down
haven't
Redfern
done
Street
that
in pimp
before.
suits. That'd be sick. Feathers in
Yeah.
our fucking fedoras and shit.
What-
I want to get a pocket
what
watch
special-
that I swing on the side.
I want a
What
cane
special
with a
thing-
skull on it.
I was gonna say.
I
what
want to own a
special-
woman.
He said skull. What special thing is on top of your cane?
Fidget spinner.
Oh my god.
That's no good.
B?
Another pocket watch.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'd have to go like.
A monocle would be pretty cool because then you could raise it to your eyes.
But
Yeah.
I'd go.
But then the cane.
yeah,
on the eye.
that'd be so.
I'd go for the 8-ball, but with cool flames on the side.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
pretty
but
sweet.
can you like still shake it and ask it questions?
Oh, that would be better, yeah,
Like
yeah.
a magic 8-ball?
Yeah, yeah,
and you
yeah.
can store cocaine
And
inside of it.
Because that's what you do when you're shaking your cane at the girls.
So you're saying when you're threatening the girl?
Well, what do you think pimps do?
That is mostly
Pimps
what-
are in that
Protect
suit.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I'd just like you to know I'm not a swerve.
Yeah. No, I reckon if I had a pimp cane, and let's say I'm not a pimp in this scenario, you know, because the
You're just a
PC
guy with a
police
cane.
will come get me.
Yeah.
I reckon
Because they listen to this podcast.
Dude, the PC police listen to every white man's
They got
podcast.
ears everywhere.
They're not allowed. They're supposed to be blocked out because we have a trans.
They're
host.
always telling us
Yeah.
what we can and can't do.
The PC police.
Yeah. Hate 'em.
Much like the State Board of Accreditation.
Yeah.
They're the real
exactly.
villains.
The PC police, they fell into that role because they had to. What they wanted to be when they were growing up is edgy fucking comics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude, it's
Like
time.
Lewis Black.
Yeah.
Man, do you reckon like Lewis Black would come do the pod?
Yeah. I mean, Lewis Black's still got a lot of stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
Like he's still
What's he
releasing.
doing?
Yeah.
Still releasing specials. He still works for the Daily Show,
Still
right?
popular.
Does he?
stand-up.
I think
He
he
would sell
might.
out big theaters and shit.
Still
Still-
now?
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
Do you know what I hated about this
People
movie
love
was
the
just like
90s.
the way the plot developed was just like, oh no, a problem. Oh, good, we find out another problem, and it just kept happening. the
It's
entire
storytelling
movie.
101,
Yeah.
which
Structure.
I learned in film school.
Tell us
damn.
more things that you thought about this film with your film school knowledge.
It's great. No, like I watched this film. I think like it was just like pure happenstance. I think we got it from like I don't even know how I watched it, but it was something that I watched with my sister, and we were like, let's pop this on, and we were like, this rules because we have watched American Pie too many times, and this is kind of like it, but it's new.
I think because I knew
What's
this.
the movie that makes me miss American Pie?
Every movie makes me miss American Pie. Miss American Pie.
Bye, Miss America.
Yeah,
Miss American Pie could be a cool female reboot.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
could also be a great pageant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who gets
Miss
to play
American
Who gets to
Pie.
fucking
Who
root a
gets-
pie?
It's like a
Who
pop
gets to
punk
play
pageant.
the role of Nadia?
That'd
Yeah.
be sick.
Miss American Pie. That's I like that idea for a pageant. I'm gonna
Mm.
pitch it to a
Yeah, that can be in our live app. We'll have Miss American Pie.
Miss American Pie. Well, I do like the idea of a female reboot of American Pie.
Hey,
But
watch
what
out!
about-
You can't say reboot here
what-
too many
what's-
times. You might get sued.
What's the female version?
Dude, it comes through the walls.
Baby!
It's the
yeah.
Kool-Aid
Yeah.
man. It's Alexi. Dude.
This is infringement,
no.
baby.
I'm horny. What like what's,
Oh yeah.
what is the female version of the fucking the pie? Is it like sticking a carrot up your jut or something?
Yeah, it's a cucumber.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it would have to be some baked good.
Yeah, like an eclair.
Yeah.
A baguette.
Yeah.
You put a baguette up here.
Yeah,
But that's not
A
really
warm
like
Who
eclair
likes
is
a
good.
baguette as a
it
nice
needs to be
dessert
like a
treat?
homemade
Okay.
I would love to watch that scene.
a sausage
What does it
roll.
feel like to have a dick inside you? Like a warm eclair.
Yeah. Or the McDonald's apple pie.
Yeah.
Ah, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
very
yeah.
good.
Sharp edges though.
Yeah.
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 But that would kind of mimic the like guys like
the sharp edge. The sharp edge. The
Sharp
famous
edges
sharp
of a
edge of the
guy's
penis.
Rose,
what are your dicks
what's
look
going on?
like, it would mimic like a teen boy like stabbing at all the wrong bits while he's trying to get it.
Yeah,
in.
that's true.
Yeah,
I still reckon you
it's
just
never that
you
flat.
rewrite it and make it a cucumber. I reckon cucumber's the sensible option.
American
No, you
cucumber.
have to
What
do
about
a baked.
would you take a zucchini at a pinch,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? I guess. I can't.
or a small eggplant?
Yeah. What
Thus
about?
mirroring
What about
the
a
emoji
cannoli?
representation?
Yeah,
Ooh,
cannoli.
cannoli. I
Oh,
reckon you
yeah.
get an infection with cannoli.
Probably get an infection with a lot of.
Yeah.
What about
We're fucking in.
Hang on. What
You can
about
masturbate with
as you were
cucumbers.
eating earlier, a bloody sasso roll?
Yeah, that's what I was saying
Anything
before.
crumbly
Yeah.
isn't going to work. It's going to get.
Yeah, but he
Not
fucks
if you
a
put a
pie
condom
in
on
the
it.
nude.
But then it's external. The pastry's on the outside. You can rinse your dick afterwards. It's much harder to get crumbs out of your mud.
I mean, you could
don't
still
know
get an infection from fucking a pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I still reckon the odds of it are lower for a man with a penis to fuck a pie.
So
than
you're
for a
saying
woman
it's
to put a-
easier for men to fuck pastries?
Look, if this makes me a bigot, then yeah. Fucking sue me. PC police. Man, I reckon I could
Fuck a pie.
The pie
did you
cum
ever
police?
actually did you ever fuck like a
thing.
like a
No.
you know, did you ever microwave a watermelon or whatever?
No,
Neither
yes.
did I. I fucked a mattress
Microwave-
once.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot.
Microwave
Of people
a
do that.
watermelon?
That's like a thing.
Some people do it
How
with
can
couch
you
cushions.
even fit a watermelon in a
I
microwave?
think you get
Maybe
like
one of those
you get
special
like a,
round ones that you
I
get
think
from like
you
the
get-
Asian
Oh, you get the
toaster.
cube ones?
I think you get a quarter of a watermelon.
The cube one's
A
good because then you can
quarter?
put it against the
Yeah.
wall and you can
You-
get some real leverage.
You chop a watermelon into
like a
quarters.
glory.
That's funny. Because you know that thing where you put a bottle of vodka into a watermelon?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
rules.
yeah, yeah.
I-
Nah, but it's your dick.
I haven't, yeah. I haven't done
Going
that,
to the
but
doctors like that.
I haven't done that, but I went to a party where someone did that once.
Fuck a
I just
watermelon.
wanted to brag about it.
I've gone to a
Just
party
wanted to
before.
brag about going to a party, yeah.
My friend
It
Callum,
was the one party I've ever been
Wait.
to. Okay.
a different friend of mine.
Not called Cal.
Yeah, a different friend of mine. Well, I have two friends called Callum, so you don't know which one it is.
Okay.
But he put a cucumber up his ass.
Oh, well,
But he
that,
was like 18.
Callum, you know who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like that's different enough to like heating up a pie and fucking it.
No, totally. I'm
It's
talking-
much more structurally sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it should be American cucumber.
Yeah, it just doesn't have like.
It's not the same because you also have the
It's
whole
a-
thing of like his mum baked him this
Yeah.
pie
Yeah,
and he
yeah, yeah.
fucked something that his
Oh,
mum
I wasn't
made.
thinking
It's just
like a
like
shot
Dad
for
brought
shot.
home a new cucumber and he's left it out to cool on the.
I
Yeah. On the countertop.
Yeah.
How tempting.
She's just looking at it. Bam, bam,
Maybe
bam,
it's like-
bam.
Maybe it's like they went to the trade fair at the Easter show or whatever, and they're like, "Look at this huge novelty-sized cucumber I got.
That
I'm going to
could work.
display it on the wall here
That's funny.
for all
Yeah,
of our neighbors."
I don't
to go,
think it's a-
Gee, that's a mighty fine cucumber you got there.
I don't think it's a shot-for-shot remake with the genders swapped. I think it's like you're hitting a lot of the same beats and you're sort of tonally recreating it. So you don't have to have the exact same setup.
I'm
for
thinking a
fucking
shot for shot remake.
Yeah,
Yeah. I want Vince Vaughn to
Complete.
play. Oh.
and then the sequel where like he's pissing off the balcony, but it's like a woman
Yeah.
really unclassily
Yeah.
like having a squat. on
Yeah.
And she just gets
That's
a porno
funny.
like super glued to her pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glued. Who? Okay, well then, who is Jim in this? If you could cast any woman in the world, who's Jim?
Bea Barbeau Scurla.
Probably. Who's kind of like a.
You'd have to have someone who's like good but young, but this is going to be their break. You
Let's
know?
disregard age and stuff. For
Anyone
a moment, just
at
'cause it
any
could be
time.
anyone. Because yeah, it'd be hard to be
But
like, yeah. Do you guys know this woman who does local theater in Sydney?
The
She's
wo-
going to be
Yes.
huge.
the
Like,
woman who plays Kimmy Schmidt.
Ellie Kemper.
She's
is
too old
good.
now, but she could have done it.
Yeah, she could have done it. Who would
I
have
reckon
been?
Ellie Kemper would be one of the friends.
Man, honestly,
You know who'd be a good
Yeah.
shout? Rachel Bloom.
who's that?
She plays like.
She'd be good
kind
as
of
the
like-
stiff
Yeah.
master, though.
You reckon?
Who's
Yeah.
Rachel Bloom?
Yeah, she's
From
in
Crazy
Crazy
Ex-Girlfriend.
Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh yeah. Oh, what about
Great
like
show.
a young Zoe Deschanel would have been good
Yeah.
if we're disregarding age.
Okay, then, but who's the stiff master?
It's still Sean
Mm.
William Scott. He's integral to the film.
So who's like who plays a lot of like really like sexual characters?
You could make it like someone like Retta.
Kristen Wiig.
No, Kristen Wiig's too weird.
You
You could have like
good
Natasha
place.
Leone, but
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
as like
She'd be a great
Stifler.
Stifler.
Yeah, so which one of the people from the original cast plays her role if she plays like Stifler?
Okay.
Does Stifler play
Stifler plays
William Scott
Natasha
play
Leone.
Natasha Leone?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
just straight
They
role
just swap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza could pretty easily play Natasha Leone's role, I reckon.
Yeah, she could.
But we're gender
Plaza
flipping.
could have been a
them.
good.
or
yeah.
Alia Shawkat.
I reckon.
Oh, it needs to be a dude. It needs to. Well,
Oh, yeah,
Christopher
yeah.
Mintz-Plasse could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon Aubrey Plaza should play Finch.
Yeah, she'd be a great Finch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should be
she'd be
good.
Finch.
Yes.
And then you need two kind of generic people to be Kevin and Oz.
Yeah, they are the most boring characters.
Yeah.
Just
Oz would
get
be
some
like
blonde
Blake
women.
Lively or something like that.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
Oz could
yeah.
definitely
Good
play
looking
Definitely.
Lively.
like
in
an athletic
Traveling
girl.
Sisterhood.
Pants.
Pants.
Basically,
Yeah.
In Traveling Sisterhood Pants.
Yeah, whatever, cunt. I've done so many of these movies. I realized today that I've seen too many of these movies. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's too many.
You don't
Time to
like
shut it down.
movies.
I don't like movies, dude.
Yeah, I'm really more of
prefer
a TV
books?
person.
Yeah. I love books like
I love live
Slaughterhouse
concert
Four.
DVDs.
Stop
Fahrenheit,
making the bit
Fahrenheit
happen.
9/11.
Oh,
It's a film.
Yeah.
Yes. Famously.
Dear White People.
That's a TV.
Michael
TV
Moore.
series.
No, fuck. What's the name of the Michael Moore book?
Stupid White Man.
Stupid White Man,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Dude, Where's My Country? That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Of.
AKA men.
Interestingly, Sean William Scott.
Would
Dude,
be a
Where's
gr-
My Car? Dude, Where's My Country? I tied it all together.
Nice.
Just Sean William Scott was in Dude, Where's My
Yep.
Car? Dude, Where's My Country was a play on Dude, Where's My Car. About a minute ago in the podcast, we were talking about Sean William Scott. I'm actually great at podcasting.
Well, we've actually cut it out of the podcast every time Hastings speaks. So none of it makes sense.
Nah, I'm bombing today.
Today?
It's fine, whatever. I don't give a shit. This podcast means nothing to me.
How's your streak been going, bomb-wise?
No, I'm good. I've been doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm in.
You're in the zone again?
I'm in the zone again. Don't worry.
You're
about
writing
me.
it? You're writing, Doug?
I'm writing,
Keeping
Doug.
up?
Yeah, dude. I got a new bit that I'm working on at the moment. It's all
What's it
good.
about?
Do it on the pod right now.
Yeah.
It's about. I can say what the,
Do it to
And
us.
have I already told the story
And
about?
then do the,
Do it, do
the
it.
chest bit.
Yeah.
I've-
And then maybe
yeah.
you'll change your bomb
I
streak.
forgot about the
Yeah.
chest bit. I'm
Man,
gonna bring,
I
That's
love
probably a
the
good
chest
thing.
I'm gonna bring it back. 'Cause you moved the porn out first.
Oh, God.
No, so did I tell the story on the pod already about the condom in my cat's shit?
I don't know.
I got home
I don't
one day
think so.
Yeah, I
and
don't
Yvette
think
had
so.
had a boy over the night before.
A boy.
A boy, was he underage?
He was actually
He's actually very
middle-aged
overrated.
man.
I believe.
A
he's-
man. It was a
He
man.
was a
I
man.
believe he is 40 years old.
Yeah. You've met him.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
I know.
Yeah.
You didn't have to
What you
clarify
should have said
that
was
on that.
yes.
All right. Anyway, so
All right. Any comic that should be enough hints.
yeah. So I was cleaning out my
This
cat's
is
shit the
bad.
day after this dude was over, and there was a condom marbled through my cat's shit.
Marbled.
Yeah, it was like through it. It was marbled through.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I was furious.
It was a condom
thought like
filled
a
with
steak?
marbles in the cat's shit.
I was very confused.
yeah. Anyway, it's
I
just
was like,
that story.
okay.
It's just that story about how that happened and
Fascinating.
how I reacted to it. And I've got the 20 years.
Sorry.
That's a great story. That's so. How dumb would I be to not do a bit about that?
Sometimes
How
you
have
can
we
say no.
How have we never thought to just say that
Fascinating.
in that tone? Too. Oh, beautiful.
It's good to have the support of my friends.
Yeah, your therapist is going to have some stuff to unpack this week.
Yes.
Oh, it'd be so funny if halfway through you're saying that they're looking at you going, fascinating.
Man, you should give your therapist a link to the pod.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah. I
maybe
don't
they
think I
need to
should.
listen
No,
to
because then that's like a live examination
Yeah.
of like the way that people bully you.
She costs like $200 an hour. I don't think. I'm
No,
not
but she
paying
can
her
listen
200
to it. She can do homework,
free
Yeah.
time.
I don't think she's gonna listen to my pod for fun.
but she might
Yeah.
be intrigued.
She might already listen. She might have like Googled me. You never know.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going, Aubrey?
You should go harder on Andy.
She's a nice lady. I like her. Yeah, no. It was funny in therapy the other week having to explain how like Melbourne International Comedy Festival was.
ruined you.
Yeah, but having to be like, yeah, so like, you know, I'm not in an FMV, so an FMV is like, having to explain why it went wrong.
You probably could have just said festival managed venue.
Yeah, I guess. I don't, I speak.
That doesn't
He just
sound
wanted to
cool.
show that he had lingo, you
That's
know?
true, yeah.
It shows that you're in with the
I'm trying to flex on
industry.
my therapist.
Yeah.
So I was doing this
My
thing.
industry
there
You're
are-
like, oh, you might not actually know this, but you
They
know.
asked me to
so
do a type
Andrew, when you
fine.
get up there and you do your little sketches, they're called bits.
Yeah, I'm a real cunt to my therapist.
Are you actually?
No,
No.
I'm a very sweet man.
Oh.
I'm actually quite kind.
Yeah, I guess.
I can also just be a bit of a bully.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But I mean, you deserve to bully people, I think, with
It's
the amount
revenge.
of shit that you get.
Yeah. It does. Yeah, that's the way to end toxic masculinity is just keep pushing shit downhill. It's
Yeah,
gonna be great,
exactly.
yeah.
Push it down and push people over.
I love pushing people over, dude. Anyway, what was I talking about? Accepted? Yeah, this movie was pretty shit.
I keep getting it confused with that terrible one we did with Laura Prepon.
Slackers.
Yeah.
That was
Because for some
truly
reason, I
awful.
think the
Which
posters
one was
are
that?
exactly the
It was
same.
the
I
one
haven't
with
seen
Jason
Slackers.
Segel and
Yeah, Jason
yeah, that
Segel.
was
Devon
bad.
Sawa. That was really bad.
Yeah.
You didn't think it was on the day. I had 3 against 1.
No, that movie slaps. It rules. And so does this
Dog
one.
shit. It's
I
lit.
love it. But I swear, like, the posters are exactly the same. It's just like a group of people being like, But then I realized so is American Pie, so is Road Trip. They're all the same.
They're all the same.
You know who's
Yeah.
wasted in this movie is Maria Thayer.
Yeah, she's
Who?
great.
She's
The redhead.
Oh, she's
chick.
great. She's in heaps of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
She's real funny and is just completely given.
It must have
nothing.
been like one of her early, first things.
That's
She was
definitely the first
30
thing.
as well.
Was she really?
Jesus.
Yeah, I looked it
How
up.
old is Justin Long in this? He would have been around the same, surely.
Justin Long would have been like 26, 27.
Right.
It says here on Wikipedia
Wow.
that his occupation is humorist, which I don't think is right.
That's like
I
great.
don't think
It's like
that's a
all of
word.
you.
Like writes columns for the
yeah,
New Yorker
yeah,
or something.
exactly.
We should cast all of you in a teen sex comedy because you can play teenagers apparently then.
Yeah.
I think Hastings could.
I'm
pretty
just 18.
I think
Yeah.
Hastings could pretty
Clean-
convincingly.
I-
Clean
been-
shaven, I could do it, I reckon.
I've been ID'd a lot lately, which I'm
Ooh.
choosing to take as a compliment.
It's because of that beautiful skin.
It is so beautiful. It's very soft.
I don't understand. Why are we nice to Rose? I don't understand. What did Rose
I've
do?
had a hard time.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I don't know. It is tough being a straight white man.
There's some weird.
It's a
fucking
really
people
hard
in this
time for
movie.
straight white men in Hollywood.
Yeah, and as a big-time producer in Hollywood.
Yeah, as
been
a
very
person in the
difficult on me.
industry with a lot of power and success.
Man.
Yeah, I'm not hiring
doing,
any of them.
James?
I'm itching my back. I caught an Uber.
Like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I caught an Uber in LA like last year, and the guy
No
who
bragging.
drove it was obviously.
It was
he
Justin Long?
Yeah, he was. He was an actor, but he was like giving us a long explanation of like how Me Too had kind of like dried up all his career options. Like he was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I love listening
he
to
was
them
like,
complain.
Yeah, like he was.
Yeah, I don't really have any more because someone posted something about me on Facebook and well, everybody hates me now.
Well, no, it wasn't
I've done
about
some real
it wasn't
bad
about
shit.
him
Yeah.
specifically, but he was
Yeah.
still like bemoaning the fact that he was like, "Yeah, look at me," and he was like a gorgeous white man. He was like, "I walk into audition, I'm not what they want anymore." And you're just like, "Yeah, well,
Well,
fucking, I don't know,
Sorry, dude. Get a
I was
job.
born in the
Like-
wrong generation.
hit an open mic, dude. Become
Yeah.
That's the key to everyone's problems.
Yeah.
Because no one who's ever done open mic comedy would be sad.
yeah, hit
No,
an
no,
open
no.
mic and get bullied by people uglier than you."
Yeah,
That's what I reckon.
I do love bullying.
The true equalizer.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I don't know,
yeah.
dude.
Being hot won't save you a comedy.
No, God, no. But also, if you're hot and you're good at comedy,
Yeah,
oof.
well then you.
That's
Then
Eric Patrick,
everything's
rocket
all
to your
over.
back.
Then you're Sam Taunton,
Yeah.
baby.
Eric
Yeah.
Patrick was going to have a long and fruitful career.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No,
Or
it's
other
good
friends
shit.
of ours.
Yeah. Yeah, we got friends.
Yeah, tons.
We got friends, dude. Who said we didn't?
I don't know.
We got friends. I have friends.
All 9 seasons on DVD. Oh, sorry, 10.
10.
Yeah.
I got Stan, so I don't
Yeah, I
know.
got Stan.
His friends not on Stan.
No, it's
No,
on
it all
Stan.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Friends.
I
Yeah.
started watching it because I was just like sad and wanted familiar nostalgia, and it's genuinely not that bad.
I hate
until
it.
you get up to about season 7. You're like, oh, this is.
I think
no
season
good.
7 has some of my favorite episodes.
What's the jump the shark
The one
moment?
with the one where they nap together, but it's gay.
What's the
I
jump?
love
Yeah,
that.
because you like, you know.
But it's like so funny. Like it's still so
Yeah.
funny.
When did the friends jump the shark? I think it's when Joey
Rachel
and
and
Rachel.
Joey,
I reckon
yeah.
Rachel and Joey was the moment.
Although I
Yeah.
think like the bit where he likes her is kind of sweetly handled.
Sure.
but like
Also,
when it happens.
the
Yeah.
Ross saying it's fine sketch.
Yeah, it's you.
set piece, I think that's quite funny.
Yeah,
Of
because
course
it's
you
you.
think that's fine. That's you. You are Ross.
Oh man,
Yeah, you are kind of like Ross.
He totally is.
I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was 5.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
Nerd.
I wanted to be a karate scientist, whatever that is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Someone who does like the science of karate.
I don't.
Is that
I
like
think I just picked 2 keywords that I was interested in when I was 5.
That's
and
cool.
It's like
Everyone wants to do karate.
I think a
when they're
karate
5.
scientist is just like a
I did
sports
karate
physio.
for a few years. When
Karate
I
is
was
so
like 5 or
fucking
6.
boring when you do it.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
That's the problem. You don't get to hurt people.
I only got up to a green belt, I
got-
think, before I threw in the towel.
I got up to
'Cause
yellow.
then I got more interested in the offspring.
I did
Yeah.
ballet when I was a kid.
Like
Did you
having
really?
children?
Yeah,
Everyone shut the fuck up. Everyone stop. Jamie did ballet when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Tell us
So
about
did I,
that,
no
Jamie.
He
big
just went to
deal.
cough, but like sort of accidentally dabbed. It was great.
I don't remember.
I did not
had
clear that
ballet
from the
shoes,
record.
though.
Hold on, guys. Jamie did ballet when he was a kid. Let's please take this seriously.
Yeah, it's
Jamie, tell us-
2019 now.
So did I.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right, but it wasn't 2019 then.
Yeah.
If you did it now, it'd be
No,
really
it
cool.
was not.
yeah, early
if
90s homophobia rules apply. Like,
Well, I was too young for someone to be like, "You're gay." Like it was like 4 to 5 years old.
Oh, but there were people who, like, when I was in maybe like year 1 or 2 or something like that, and they were around the same age, and it like came out that they did dancing, and fuck.
I
me,
think
they
it would be
copped
more like, but it would be less homophobic and more like you're a girl, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
which is like the same thing.
because
but-
people don't really know what gay is when they're 5.
Oh yeah, totally.
I remember finding out what gay was.
When
It was this,
it was the moment my father came into my room.
when you looked into a mirror,
Oh,
dude.
boy.
yeah, imagine being gay. No, it was when I saw the Simpsons episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I asked my mum what a homosexual was.
Wait, the zap.
yeah,
Yeah.
that episode. Yeah.
You know,
I
maybe
genuinely don't like recall when I found out.
I
what
think
the
I would have
concept
watched
of
the
gay was.
Friends episode where they're like lesbians before I saw that Simpsons episode.
Like that, yeah, I would.
So maybe
definitely
that,
seen
where I was like,
So what happened is I was watching the episode. I go, Mum, what's a homosexual? And she goes, oh, it's like, you know how like
They prefer the company of men.
She was like, well, you know how like me and like, so Fritz is my stepdad. She goes, you know how me and Fritz love each other? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, it's like that, but it's like if 2 men love each other. And I was like, oh, cool. So like kind of like how me and Fritz love each other. And she was like,
No.
no.
and she was like,
hang on.
it better fucking not be.
yeah, hang on. What, is something happened?
Yeah, I didn't,
What is Fritz doing?
I didn't
up
understand the difference between romantic and platonic love.
there? Yeah, well, to this day, probably.
yeah, that's true.
He's
Damn.
still searching for that hole.
Getting married. Oh man, I gotta send out those invites. Does anyone know a wedding DJ? Does anyone listen to this podcast know a wedding DJ?
I could maybe hook you up
Yeah,
with
her
one.
name is fucking Rose Piper. Get me on the decks, dog.
Oh my god.
Honestly, yeah, right.
I
Is it
still
free?
haven't
No,
been
I
given
do.
a
Yeah,
job.
I do need a wedding.
Why don't we
DJ.
just make a playlist with all our favorite pop punk songs and press play?
Because I need the DJ to be
and then
control it, so I'm not
come
there
on,
with the
Eileen,
phone.
because it's illegal to not play that.
Yeah, Ved has requested that specifically.
Yeah, she really-
Well, even if I just give them a list of pop punk songs, I still need a DJ to play it. You know
they
what
genuinely played a Blink-182 song at my sister's wedding.
I don't
I
know.
mean? You
about
can
that.
ask for songs.
Get
So-
a Blink 182 cover band.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be
I-
good. Let's form one.
I saw a Blink-182 cover band once, and it was so good.
Yeah, so get them.
Yeah, get
Let's
that.
form one. I
Alright.
already know how to play all the songs on bass.
And then they can probably like switch into like Green Day and other stuff. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
They
Sum
got
41
some
or whatever.
versatility, I'm sure.
Yeah, the guitarist of the Blink-182 cover band I saw had a Sum 41 sticker on his guitar,
That's
so I
sick.
reckon they can bust out some Fat Lip or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be pretty chill. How are we doing for time, Jane?
Yeah, we're pretty much done. B, do you want to plug your movie?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we should give you
Yeah,
a
but
I
big
haven't-
plug for
movie.
this.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I did.
I saw it. It was very good.
Yeah. Did you see it, Rose? Were you there?
No,
yeah.
I'm coming to that premiere
Oh, you were
thing.
going to come and then you
I
didn't.
saw it and had a panic attack halfway
Yeah.
through.
I'm
Why is
coming
that?
to the
Yeah,
goddamn
because it was
premiere.
such a good movie. He was stressed.
I know, it was because I had a fight with my dad.
Yeah.
No, it was because you're like, this is bringing back feelings.
Yeah, Hastings walked out of my movie.
I did.
Well, it's only fair for all the sets of Hastings. You've been like, nope, and you're like,
yeah. Go
I
bye.
came back in. I just needed like a break. I was had a like full on panic attack.
It was really bad timing as well because it was the scene where one of the characters takes MDMA and is like having a really bad time and is just freaking out on the street.
I was like, it's gonna look like.
And
this
I was like,
movie's
yeah, it's
affected
gonna
me.
look like you're having like flashbacks. But yeah, it's at Sydney Film Festival on the 8th and the 13th of June.
What's it
It's
called?
called Suburban Wildlife, I was going to say. And so, yeah, we need 3 more people to see the screening. So please come, audience.
What do you mean 3 more people?
Well, just like, I think that's how many people are listening to the podcast.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jackson Stewart, go see the
we
movie.
give you a plug, and then you just
I was
betray
actually
us.
just here for the hang. I said it before. I'm just doing stand-up for the hang. I'm just doing podcasts for the hang.
Yeah.
Filmmaking is my passion.
Hey, if you want to hang out, you can just give me a message.
Do you want to hang out? We'll do more
No,
podcasts.
we need to be recorded at all times.
Yeah, sick.
And when I'm lonely, I can listen back to it and I'll be like, oh, I had friends once.
I have done
I'm not
that
as bad
on-
as Hastings.
I have done that on long solo car trips.
I see that.
Listen
for
to your
you.
own podcast.
Yeah.
I've listened to my own podcast before, yeah.
Yeah, I see that for both of you. Jamie, have you?
Well, I have to when I edit it.
Yeah.
We all.
I see that for you.
I have to when I do the work.
I always listen to it just to like hear how it came out.
Yeah.
I love it listen to it for the riff. Sometimes we're like, damn, Hastings, you've done it again.
You should be laughing at other people's
Oh
riffs.
my God.
Yeah, dude.
That's probably less enjoyable for you.
Do the
Most of them
plugs.
are like,
Come to Powerbomb every Friday night.
Yeah, that's the
Every
one.
Friday night at Staves
8
Brewery in
PM.
Glebe, 8 p.m. It's $10
4 to
tickets,
8
dude.
Grove Street,
Like the
Glebe.
Facebook page. Do it, dude.
Like our Facebook page.
Well, come
I
down.
don't think we've had any for months.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
fucking support our work.
Tell us that you want us to do it live,
We're not
Yeah.
so we won't do it.
yeah. We're not shy about all the bullshit we do for this shit. Just give us some fucking support.
Give us some money, maybe.
Give us some cash.
Start
dollars.
a Patreon.
Yeah, that'd be so sad.
And then we'd have
It's
to
like
make,
$1.
extra- we'd have
I
to-
love like going
And
through
it's-
Patreon occasionally and looking for like people that you know
Aren't
by
talented?
association from the
Oh,
comedy
right.
scene and looking at their like 2
Oh,
patrons,
no.
$10 a
Man.
month. It's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Such a bummer.
But I mean, I would like love to just get $10 for
Yeah, that would
for
be
just
fun.
doing all the normal work that I'm doing.
totally.
But you just get $10.
I would love
That's a
$10.
beer.
Yeah.
That's
Man,
a
I'm
pint.
very broke right now.
Also, come to Comedy at Papagetti's. It's the 3rd Tuesday of every month. It's 348 Kent Street, the CBD. I was thinking of
Sydney
Uh,
is the city you live in.
yes, Sydney.
Yeah, newcomers welcome.
It's a great
No,
show.
Well, newcomers
Yeah.
to the show, sure.
Yeah,
They're
but if
not-
you want to
they're
get
not
on,
Just
performing.
spots.
just
yeah.
message
No,
Rose on
message-
Facebook. She
No.
loves
It's a
it.
great
Rose
show.
It is
Message
a great
Rose on
show.
Facebook.
Thank you.
I reckon do it like Tuesday morning, day of the show.
Yeah, and if she doesn't respond within 24
Yeah, just
hours,
send her another
follow
message.
up.
Just
Follow
send her
up.
another
Just
message.
keep following
and be
up.
like, I'm a new comic and I'm looking to get stage time at Papagetti's. She loves it when you do that.
Yeah, loves it.
No,
All right.
just quietly. No one has ever done this. Like your bit doesn't work.
Maybe they will one day. That's why we keep doing it.
Yeah.
They're trying to get people to start doing it.
Yeah.
Very few
Also,
things.
Starting a
my
craze.
kind of instant kicking it back probably doesn't help.
Can I say?
No.
All right, bye.
We got to do the thing, you
We
idiot.
gotta do the thing.
All right, hold on. Let me think of a thing.
Oh yeah, we gotta.
No. Should we do an extra 5 minutes so you can pretend to do an improv at the end of this?
Aren't all improvs pretend?
Yeah. So at the end of each episode, we say to the next step, and then
Have you
hey,
ever made it to the end?
yeah. No. Why would you? It's
I think
terrible.
I just skip.
Yeah. Just skip to another podcast.
Yeah.
That's a better way to do it. All right. To the next step.
To the next step.
To the next step.
I'm a Mac and you're a bad movie.
That was awful.